Hi everyone, welcome back for another whiskey review. Well, tonight is 6th of February 2025. It's our National Day, Waitangi Day here in New Zealand, and I've dedicated tonight to doing reviews of 5 outstanding samples out of this tasting pack done by the character of Islay Whisky Company. I'm on to whiskey number 3 now, and starting to head into some seriously cool whiskey territory. I tried the Adelaide Lindsay 10-year-old, hopefully you saw the review, and then whiskey number 2 was the Bulmore single cask 16-year-old, which is just amazing smooth whiskey that left me just absolutely drooling over its sweetness and gentle smoke. And now I'm on to whiskey number 3, the Grace Île 25-year-old Islay single malt, which in itself is a rarity. You know, I personally don't really get to try a lot of old Islay whiskies. I've tried a few. I've only recently opened a Bruichladdich from my birthday in 1984, review pending. But just tonight, I'm just getting absolutely treated while I'm treating myself. Why not? It is our National Day and celebrate it well. But this is the pack I just want to show you, just in case you didn't see the first 2 reviews. It comes in this beautiful pack. You get this lovely postcard in there, which is good. I'm going to put it in my fridge. I think this is just fantastic. And I've been to Islay, and you know, when it says wish we were here, yeah, I wish I was in Islay right now. But also just you get this envelope with the tasting notes, which is super handy because you kind of, you know, can refer to what is happening in your glass. All right, let's get this little sample out of it. Now, if you've seen the reviews, the 12 reviews are uploaded in January, especially the out of the Drinks by Tram Advent calendar. I've talked a lot about the Wax Seal. So same thing, same bottle, which is really good. You know, this sample thing has been with me for 2-3 years. So the Wax Seal, you know, I mean, this should last forever. Obviously, I didn't have to wait for a terribly long time, only 2-3 years, but really good idea, and I admire them for doing this. Now, this particular release, like the first one, they're not telling us who the distillery is. So the Adelaide Lindsay, as I said, is classed as a independent bottling. So obviously sourced from Islay distillery, but they're not telling us exactly who. And in this case, they've done the same. They've released this whiskey range under the character's Islay name and all of that, call it Grace Île as a particular name, particular branding and all of that, and aged for obviously 25 years. But we don't know who the distillery is. We could guess. I mean, I could make a guess, but who really knows? If you know, leave a comment. And I like the Bulmore. It's just got a little bit more color to it, not a lot more, which is again making me think, you know, this is ex-bourbon cask maturation and no sherry cask. But we'll find out, you know, when we nose and taste if there's any sherry influence in there. I don't think there will be any, but let's see. All right, on the nose. Oh, the honeyed sweetness. Oh, there's something quite unique on the nose, sweetness-wise. I don't want to say toffee. It's not quite caramelly. And it's right there. The tasting notes are right there. I'm just fighting the urge to look at it and see if I can decipher it for myself. And by the way, in the other videos, I did mention that lovely card comes with the actual tasting notes, but they also give you an ability to write your own tasting notes on the card. Oh, something really sweet. I don't want to say raisiny sweetness, but it's there. But there's next to no peatiness or smokiness. There's just like real gentle smoke on the nose, but nothing else. Oh, it's taking a while. I mean, I can't remember if I did try Lafroig 25 and I came into contact with a sample. I just don't remember if I actually reviewed it for the channel. But this is giving me that kind of Lafroig 25 vibe, just a little, because it is kind of sleepy, hasn't woken up, hasn't sort of jumped up on the nose yet, but it does open up a little bit, especially when it spends a bit of time in the glass. Really, really good. Okay, I can't stop it. I'm gonna have a quick look on here. What does it say? Nectarines, apple, lemon, vanilla, butterscotch. Here we go. I was thinking before, there's sweetness. I was thinking sort of toffee, caramelly, but not quite toffee. Almost in my own head, I was thinking to say salted caramel, but the butterscotch, that makes sense, and that's what I was getting. It also says crisp bacon and jasmine. I'm not getting that at all, but definitely that gentle seaside character with a hint of smoke is there on the nose. Really, really nice. I mean, I try and keep these reviews to 10 minutes, but this one in particular, and I guess the Beaumont and the next two to come, I'm going to finish them up and take a lot longer, you know, and I do preach that, and obviously I need to practice that, but for practical reasons, I don't want to bore you guys with a 35, 60-minute video of me just sitting there watching Netflix and then, well, just nosing and not saying anything, because that's what I do. It's boring, but as a personal pursuit, it's just amazing. Gets you to understand the whiskey a whole lot better, especially when you spend a lot more time with it. And I meant it when I said, you know, long-aged whiskies like these and the Lafroig long-aged I've tried in the past, they do take a little while to open up. And this one is obviously taking a little while. One other thing I didn't touch on, before, is 48% ABV. So obviously they watered it down to a uniform number. But that's quite reasonable ABV for a very long-aged dram. All right, plenty say. Let's see what's it like on the palate. Wow, it is so rich, amazing. The smoke is a lot more prominent on the palate. The palate is just full of this lovely, ashy smokiness, intertwining with, again, that toffee-like rich sweetness. Oh, just amazing. Amazing. Well worth the wait. Like I said, and I've said a few times, I waited for a very long time to review this tasting pack because I guess I want to take the time to sit down and understand what's the story behind the releases and, you know, why they chose particular drams, all that kind of stuff. But, oh my God, for $80, $85, you know, I mean, you think for practical reasons, you walk into a whiskey bar, a decent 25-year-old Islay dram will probably cost you over $50, $55, maybe even more, depending on which country you're in. But for $85, you're not only getting to try this particular whiskey, but you also get to try 4 others, you know, and there's a 33-year-old Islay whiskey to come after this, plus an Octomore to finish, a 9-year-old Octomore. Amazing. For $80, $85, this is fantastic experience. That depends on you, how you value whiskey and how value your time. You know, if you want to drink good drams, enjoy yourself, you can't go wrong with this. This is amazing. And that particular bottling is really, really good. Unfortunately, my research yielded none for sale. I'm guessing the release was at some point 3-4 years ago, because the tasting pack has been around, at least in New Zealand, for 12-18 months. So the actual bottle release would have been prior to that. But really, really nice. Probably be a little bit challenging, just a little bit challenging compared to the Beaumont. You know, the Adelaide Lindsay was classic Islay. Smoke and peat, sweetness, not for the faint-hearted, but not overwhelming. The Beaumont was just luxury. The sweetness was really profound, very gentle smoke, very gentle seaside character. Whereas this has picked up a notch. Not as much as Adelaide Lindsay, but in terms of depth of flavors, this is definitely a step up. Right, I'm gonna have one more sip and see what we get. Wow. Really, really good. And the notes say, and it just takes the word out of my own mouth, but they've said it's better. Swirling complexity, the finish leaves a juicy impression, an almost agricole-esque note, which just rises through the sweet smoke. It's almost like a poem, you know. That's what sometimes you get, you know. You drink whiskey and it just brings words out of you you didn't think you'll say. But I like that last bit, rises through the sweet smoke. People who don't like smoky whiskey be like, what are you talking about? The sweetness coming through the smoke. I mean, you do get it. The amount of Kalilas I've drunk over the years, the amount of citrus sweetness you get out of those whiskeys is just fantastic. And this one in particular, if I had to guess, and I'm only guessing, you know, who really knows? I would like to think it's Kalila. There, I've said it. It's uneducated guess, but just based on what I've tried over the years. That sweetness that's coming towards the end is making me think it's Kalila, but maybe I'm wrong. And if you know better, leave a comment, you know. I'd love to know. Maybe you're working in industry and know the secret, or you've tried the sample as well and thought it's somewhere else. It's something else, you know. It could be an Ardbeg, or could it be a Lafroig, or whatever you think it might be. Well, if you're liking the content, please like, share, subscribe. I promise to come back with more whiskey reviews. There's 2 more to do out of this pack anyway, which is going to be next, a 33-year-old single malt. 33, sitting in my house in Hamilton in New Zealand, on a complete opposite side of Scotland. I'm going to try a 33-year-old. Well, I'm 41 now, so not much younger than me. Going to try a 33-year-old Islay whiskey mix, finishing on a beast Octomore 9-year-old. Super excited for it. Well, that's all I've got to say. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.